What's up, everybody? How's it going? Austin Practical Performance, coming at you live. It's Thursday. Much better day today. Feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. Let's freaking go. So today, if you didn't see the title of this live, I'm going to be talking about why keto probably isn't for you and why you should probably go about your weight loss journey other ways. And I know that, who knows? I don't know. There's probably going to be some people that are like really, really into keto and they're going to message me or they're going to comment on this and going to be angry or whatever. But hear me out. Like, listen to this. Like, hear me out. Like, don't, instantly start spamming my stuff and get mad at me about this because I'm going to talk about it from my perspective and why I think that it's, not the best option for pretty much for most people. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It doesn't mean it's not an option. It just means for the grand majority of people, keto is not the way that you should be going about your, fitness and weight loss and nutrition journey. So let me explain a little bit about why that is. Okay. Like, honestly, when it comes down to it, like, let me just preface that the best diet for you is the one that you can do sustainably. The one that you can do long term, doesn't stress you out, doesn't cause you to fall off, doesn't cause you to gain all your weight back because you didn't know what you were doing. Like that is the best diet for anybody that's watching this right now is sustainability first and foremost, okay? And why I say that keto is not the best thing for most people is because it's pretty wildly unsustainable for most people to do long term. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. It doesn't mean it doesn't work for everybody. Like, it doesn't, it doesn't mean some people can't do it sustainably. I'm just saying for like 99.9% of people out there who want to lose weight, keto probably isn't the way that you want to go about it. And why that is because, like, anytime that you like demonize or like cut out an entire food group from your diet for the most part, it's gonna cause some resistance somewhere in your life, somewhere down the road. Like, going out with friends and family, going out to, extracurricular activities or dinners or cookouts or whatever. Like, it's not practical for most people's real lives. And honestly, if you're somebody who's going for like performance, if you're like a strength training athlete or like a power lifter or a like Olympic athlete or somebody who's like, wanting to be really good at sports, you should not be doing keto, like, period. Like, you will like, and oftentimes people will they'll point out to, a variety of different, like, bodybuilders or people who are out there who have been, doing keto, and they're like, oh, like, but look at them. Look what they got. Look at the results that they got from doing keto. And it's like, yeah, they got that, but they're genetic freaks. They're like total anomalies and genetic freaks. And they're not necessarily going for like maximum performance, like in a sports sense or in like an endurance athlete sense. Like, you name like one or like two or three like Olympic athletes that do keto. Like, please, like, name one for me, and like, if they're the best Olympic athlete out there in the world, like, that's, you prove me wrong. But like, in terms of performance, like, keto is not, there's a reason. Like, carbohydrates are like our bodies are like made to utilize that. That's our main like source of energy. And and for people that go through keto and things like that, it's like you're not like necessarily like optimizing like your ability to perform. And so that's one thing. And so, like, that's just like something I wanted to mention. But that doesn't mean that it can't work for you. And so, I will say that it does work for some people. And the reason that it works is, let me preface, is not because it's some magical fucking thing that somehow causes you to lose weight all of a sudden. It's because it's based on the concept of CECO, calories in, calories out. It's just you're following general rules and guidelines that just happen to put you in a caloric deficit likely, and that's why you lose weight. It's not because it's magical. It's not because like the ketones and all this other stuff. It's not. Like lots of people like trying to sell, like if you're somebody who's doing keto right now and somebody has sold you or tried selling you a bunch of like keto, like, supplements or ketones or whatever it is, like stop buying that shit. It's a waste of money. It's not going to do what you think it's going to do. And the person that's selling it either doesn't have your best interest, because they want to make money off of you, or they're doing it because they don't actually understand it, and so it's kind of like an ignorance is bliss kind of thing. But it doesn't matter because the end result is still you getting screwed over, and so that's why I highly suggest, like, don't waste your money on that stuff. But this is why I think like keto is not that great. Like it's really like not that sustainable. It's like one of those things where the reason people like it and people keep trying to do it is they lose a bunch of weight really fast, but you gain it all back because oftentimes they don't stick to it. You fall off, and what ends up happening is it's this vicious cycle, like with a lot of other fad diets and like MLM scammy stuff. Like you do it, you lose a lot of weight really fast, but you don't understand why you lost the weight in the first place, and then you reach a point where you plateau or you fall off the wagon, and then you gain it all back because you didn't actually learn how to keep it off. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like it, is because it's not very sustainable. And what happens is the reason why you lose all that weight really fast all of a sudden is just because you're depleting your glycogen stores. You're just losing a bunch of like water weight and glycogen, and that's why people lose so much like weight all of a sudden. And then they go through this thing called the keto flu because you literally like completely like screwed your electrolyte balance, like you like tanked it, and like now you're feeling like garbage, and you get all like you get brain fog and you get cloudy and shit like that because your body is like shit, man, like what's going on? And so like that's what happens, and that's why people lose so much weight like so quickly on keto. It's not even like you're really like losing that much actual like weight. You're just losing a bunch of water weight and glycogen. Okay, so that is like the first thing that I want to say. And then the other thing, like you're removing an entire macronutrient from your diet. Like you know how like crazy it is? It's like you're taking like a majority, like, or like a third of like I don't know how much like of the total food out there in the world is made up of carbs, but you're taking an extremely large portion of all the food out there in the world, and you're just saying like, I can't eat any of that now. I'm not going to eat any of that now, and I don't care about, it's kind of short-term thinking. Like people are like, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to lose a bunch of weight, and I'm going to be good and skinny and all this stuff. But they don't think about how they can like do it sustainably over time. Like so you're telling me you're never going to go have a slice of pizza with friends again, or go out and have a drink with friends, like or pasta or anything like that. It's like that. Those are all like enjoyable comfort foods that you should be able to still like incorporate into your like diet, in moderation during your life. Like you're telling me like you're gonna do this for the rest of your life and you're never gonna like have any of those things again? No, you're not. Like it's not sustainable. And so that's why I feel like it's one of those things. It's like you're telling yourself that you can't have something, and you know what happens when you tell somebody that they can't have something? They fucking want it more. If somebody walked up to me and was like, you can never eat pizza again. You can't have pasta. You can't eat ice cream. You can't eat any of that shit. I would be like, watch me. I'm gonna go eat all of those things at the same time in one bowl right now. Like that's the kind of thing. Like that's what happens. Like whenever you tell yourself you can't have something, it makes you want it way more. And so and from a mental standpoint, and like it's just not a very good I guess system of things. And then honestly and because it's so restrictive, your adherence to that, like keto has such a low adherence rate, it's insane. Like so many people fucking fall off, and then they fall. So what happens is like with the other stuff, you lose a bunch of weight initially, and you don't know how you lost it in the first place. You're just following these general guidelines, and then you slip up, and then you gain it all back, and probably then some. And then you're like, oh, shit, like I lost all that weight doing keto. I'm going to do it again. And then you do it again. And you make yourself feel like shit, and you go through this vicious cycle, and you plateau, and then the same thing happens again because it's not sustainable, and then you gain it all back again, and you just keep making yourself feel like shit over and over and over again. And I'm tired of people doing that to themselves, so stop doing it. Just learn how to live a life of moderation and like sustainability and don't. Why do you have to go so extreme with things? Don't fall like. It's the reason why it's called a fad diet, because it's not something that's like long term. Like people yeah. So, and honestly, it's not realistic for the average person. Like I'm telling you, like a lot of the people that are doing keto now that look amazing. One, they're genetic freaks. Two, they probably got to where they are looking that way in the first place before they even started doing keto. Three, they're probably on steroids or performance-enhancing drugs like SARMs or testosterone replacement or whatever. Like they're probably on that shit in tandem with keto. So you, the average person who isn't doing any of that shit, probably isn't going to have this. You're not going to get anywhere near the same results as those people are, because like there's way more shit going on behind the curtains than you guys think there is. So stop like getting taken advantage of. Yeah. So yeah. That's why I don't like keto. That's why I don't like, and I'm not just picking on keto. I think like carnivore diet, paleo diet, I think all those diets that are fad diets are kind of like, I almost said that they're stupid. They're not stupid, and I just think that they're not sustainable. And I just think that you, as the average person who's just trying to lose weight or be their best version of themselves, I think that you deserve more than a fad diet. I think that you deserve to see real sustainable results, and I think that you deserve and owe it to yourself to like live a happy life where you're not going back and forth like I was talking about. So that's my life for today. That's my take on keto. Pretty much other fad diets too. I'll probably talk about the other ones too and point out why I think that they're unsustainable and not a good idea. But yeah. So if you like this live today, if you enjoyed what I was saying, if you agree with me, give it a like. If you don't agree with me, give it a like and comment why you don't agree with me. That's my live for today. If you're watching this at a later time, hit me with that hashtag replay. Let me know that you saw this and your number one takeaway down in the comments of the video below. Hope everybody has a great Thursday. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.